How you doing? Beautiful day in Calgary, May 20th, 2026. The old Bank of Montreal building, that used to be A&B Sound. Now it's Good Life. I don't know. The old bay. I wonder what they're going to do with the Hudson Bay store. This part of 8th Avenue wasn't quite so busy. All the construction ahead of me there's a whole block or two they've dug up. I think that's for the upgrade to the Glenbow Museum, for a utility upgrade. Lots of memories hanging down here when I was young. Nothing exists except Tropicana back there, it's still there. And in the next block used to be Kelly's coming up. And Kelly's Music, I worked there when I was young part-time. I love how they've restored these old buildings all the way down 8th Avenue. City Hall is at the very end, that big glass building. And this is the original Hudson Bay store here. The original bay opened up here, and I think in 1901, this was the bay, Hudson's Block. Then they built the other bay behind me a few years later. I wonder how many people are even aware that this was the original Hudson Bay store. Probably many Calgarians don't know that. To my right is the Calgary Tower. And there's the Bow building, TELUS. Well, they've opened up portions of this. This was all dug up a few weeks ago. Maybe they'll have it open for the summer. That would be nice. Looks like they're just stockpiling supplies there. Yeah, maybe everything is complete. Another example of these old buildings that have been refurbished, restored to the sandstone. And that's the Glenbow Museum on my right here. Now that this section is open, I really hope they include more benches. In my opinion, they've done away with seating. They used to have plenty of benches all the way down the 8th Avenue Mall. But I'm thinking the proprietors of the bars and restaurants got together with the city, because if you really need to sit bad enough and there's no bench, public bench, you're going to go to a bar or a patio and sit there. To rest, of course, you're going to spend money. That's kind of my impression, my take. And they've redone the entire fascia of this. Yeah, that's really nice. They've redone the entire mall with this brick. Can't wait to go in there and see what they've done. Big improvement on the exterior. Wow, it was very dated, kind of concrete clad, early 70s. I like this. Here comes cops in cowboy hats. I think they're cops. Maybe not. No security. Yeah, that looks really good. Wow. Now all we have to wait for is the Olympic Plaza to open. This is going to take a couple of years. I think 2029 they figure it's going to be complete. This entire block or 2-block area, they tore up the old park, which was nice. It had a skating rink and a fountain and everything in there and lots of green space. But the city apparently has an endless deep pockets. I'm just going to stand here and take my glasses off and do a quick video from here. That's an artist's rendering or a CG rendering of what it'll look like. I guess they're still going to have a skating rink and stuff here, but who knows? I liked all the green space and the park space, picnic tables they had before. And here's what I call the new City Hall. It was built back in 1992 or thereabouts. And to the left is the sandstone, the original City Hall. I'm glad they kept that standing right there. At one point, 8th Avenue used to go straight through into East Calgary, all the seedy kind of pawn shops and all that used to be there. We'll get a look in here. That's a weird looking building. From the other angle, it looks perfectly symmetrical. From this angle, it's tapered. Those are all condos right to the top. Yeah, there's another look at it. From the perspective, you can see the old City Hall there. Oh, it looks like it'll be nice. Taking into consideration those trees won't be that height for 30 years. Probably be twigs to look at once they open it. I've seen many performances here over the years. Pretty sure I began filming around here, the bay. I'm going to walk west. My first walk was heading east. Excuse me. You know what? Maybe I did start filming here because I recall seeing this guy setting up his guitar. Oh well. So this is where the original Unicorn used to be. The bar was downstairs, Irish pub. Irish Rovers owned it for several years, or a couple of the Rovers. There's a look back east. And we're walking west. Now these large metal sculptures are supposed to represent trees, and apparently they're supposed to cut down the wind or the velocity, because it can be a bit of a wind tunnel. I think they work. I don't feel any wind. So Barcelona moved. They're here now. This used to be Dakota's. A lot of changes. Metropolitan used to be here. This is Bankers Hall. There's two towers. I think it was that tower that went up first back in '92, and the second tower opened up a few years later, maybe '96, '97. A lot of marble. And the Devonian Gardens are on my right. They run all the way along this stretch and they overlook 8th Avenue and also 7th Avenue. Yeah, there's several levels to the garden. There's big ponds up there with koi fish and lots of places to sit. It's like an indoor park. It's quite large. It's a good place to go in the winter when it's cold. Many years ago they had an indoor skating rink up there, but that, from what I'm told, that wreaked havoc with the mechanical guys trying to balance humidity and temperature. So, and this is the end of the pedestrian portion. When I moved to Calgary in the 70s, now the 8th Avenue Mall is a shared road and pedestrian. Certain times of the day those gates open, but back when I moved here it was 100% pedestrian. Cars were not allowed, and there was a multitude of places to sit with planters and stuff all the way along. But like I mentioned, I'm pretty sure the proprietors got together with the city to discourage people from sitting, and that way if they have to sit they got to pay for a beer and sit down at a patio. Anyway, that's that. But you'll notice plenty of benches along here where there's no bars, no restaurants for people to sit, but nothing back where it's needed. Pretty greedy of the city. I wonder what kind of kickback they get from the stores, from the restaurants. And all throughout downtown Calgary you'll see these plus 15 they call them. I guess it's because it's above 15 feet, that's how they got their name. They interconnect all the buildings. So every block, every which way. I think I was told there's 66 in total, maybe 76, maybe 86, something. It's a crazy number of plus 15 skywalks in Calgary. Google it. This is 7th Avenue. That's our C train. It runs east-west along 7th Avenue, but it shoots off to every quadrant of the city. It's free along 7th Avenue, just to help, you know, people working downtown get back and forth. And there's that strange building we saw from when I was at City Hall. From every angle it looks a little different.
I'm not sure. It is dark outside.
And this is 5th Street looking north. That's looking east on 7th Ave, looking south. And this is our courthouse building. That used to be the provincial court, or no, that was the federal court. I forget. But now they've moved everything into here, provincial and federal. And we're looking east. And they're doing a major facelift on that old building. That was built during the 1950s, maybe late 40s, early 50s. They're preserving it. Here's one of the C-train platforms. Back when the C-train opened, when they first broke ground back in '81, these platforms were much shorter and they were in different locations along 7th Ave. They've lengthened them to accommodate more cars, more train cars. There's another view of the courthouse. It's like going into an airport, a lot of security. And I like how they have a lot of little parks like this in Calgary, even downtown. Every block or so, there's lots of green space. I'll just do a quick shot. And these are fountains that they would have running eventually in the summer.
Especially now.
I'm not sure how much space I have left. I'm using my glasses to film all this, my Ray-Ban Meta glasses. I thought I'd squeeze a little bit of 7th Avenue in there. I didn't think I'd have room. Wow, we're in luck. 2 C trains.